All right, guys, doing another video here. 10 QBs that franchises need to give up on, that owners need to give up on, that fan bases need to give up on. I'm going to give my 10 quarterbacks that it's just over with. Just cut ties with them right now. It'll save you pain later. It's like a dog. If a dog has cancer or is getting old, like Old Yeller, just put him down. It's time to go. It's like see you later, sayonara, ciao. It's over, right? So let's start at number 10, right? And then if you guys don't agree, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Don't agree, whatever. This is my list. I know what I'm talking about. You guys don't. Not 10, JJ McCarthy. Yes, it's young. He's only played what, 1.5 quarters, 1.5 games, 6 quarters. It's over. It's over. JJ McCarthy, it's over. He wasn't that good in college. Let's be honest. He wasn't that good in college. He had a great defense around him in college, good playmakers around him in college, a great O-line in college. And now he's going to get exploited in the NFL. I don't think he's good enough. I think that he's always going to be compared to Sam Darnold, especially now when Sam Darnold is balling out of control in Seattle. He's always going to be compared to Sam Darnold. And that's not fair for JJ McCarthy. I think that they'll be booing him when he's playing bad like they did on Sunday Night Football, and it's just over with. You think you should just cut ties now, save 2 seasons, save Justin Jefferson's 2 prime years, and get another quarterback. You don't need a bridge quarterback. You just need a quarterback that get a Mac Jones. They're gonna get rid of Mac Jones somehow in San Fran and fuck that up. So get Mac Jones. You need to get rid of JJ McCarthy ASAP, Rocky. It's over for him. Okay. He's a good player. He could be a good player. He's an average player right now, but he could be a good player. But you have to remember, he sat behind Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold they didn't want to re-sign Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold's first, his contract was expensive. Second, they thought JJ McCarthy is going to be the answer and be the truth. And after 1.5 games, he played four bad quarters and 2 good quarters. So 33% of the time he'll be good. That's quick math for you, right? Number 9. Geno Smith. Geno Smith's on a 2-year deal. They paid a shit ton of money for him. I think it was like 80 million or 75 million. Let me look this up right quick. Geno Smith, Raiders contract. Let's see what he got. He got $85 million, Geno Smith, for 2 years, right? And yeah, he has 9 picks. I like Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith's a really good quarterback, but I think it's over for him as for the Raiders. I think the Raiders need to give up on Geno Smith. I think Pete Carroll is a bad coach too, but Geno Smith, I think he needs to be parted ways with. He was an average quarterback, but again, he's inconsistent, and that's what he's been with the Jets, even in that turmoil franchise with the Jets, then back up at the Chargers, and then with Seattle, he was inconsistent. He would play really well, Dome Geno. Dome Geno was a thing in Seattle, and then now he plays in a dome at the Raiders in a closed roof stadium. He's playing like shit, and then he goes to Indianapolis and plays. Was Indianapolis? Yeah, Indianapolis plays like shit. So there's a lot of shit just being thrown around by Geno Smith right now, and I think that it's time for the Raiders to move on, even though I like him. So that's just that. Next, we have Justin Fields. Justin Fields, you can't fault Justin Fields. You just have to fault the franchises and the owners that pay him. He's just a little slow in the head. He's a little retarded. I mean, mentally retarded. He's just not there. His IQ is a rock. You have to understand this guy was pampered throughout his whole high school career. Like he was a top player in high school, 5-star recruit. Like he probably didn't go to class a lot. They probably cheated for his grades for him. Okay, then he goes to Georgia, right? Backs up Jake Fromm. He probably doesn't go to school there. Transfers, right? He transfers because he was getting bullied by Kirby Smart and the team at Georgia. Transfer so he'd have to sit out a year. Yes, before the transfer portal, you had to sit out a year. So said he was getting bullied. They got an exemption. He played at Ohio State, and then at Ohio State, he didn't go to class at Ohio State, and he's just dumb. And versus the Cowboys, it proved how dumb he actually is. He's on a 2-year deal as well. I think it's 2 years, $40 million. They need to get rid of him too. You need to rebuild right now. You could keep him, but do not, Jets fans, expect anything out of him. You have to expect awfulness and mediocrity at his best, right? That's just what he is. He's either mediocre or awful. Okay, not great, not a top 10 talent. He's just mediocre or awful, right? He can run, great. I need my quarterback to run well. That's the same as me as a point guard getting 10 rebounds, and then people are reading a newspaper and be like, "Oh my God, you cleaned up the glass tonight." I'm like, who gives a shit? I had 3 assists. Well, I don't care how many rebounds I get. I don't care how many rushing yards I get as a quarterback. Who gives a shit? I'm trying to pass the ball, pass the rock, you know? So Justin Fields, need to get rid of him. He's on a 2-year deal. They'll probably get rid of him after this year or have him get benched next year or cut him, whatever they're going to do. But it's not his time for the New York Jets, right? He needs to go. Back up. Michael Penix, over. It's over for Michael Penix. He is terrible. He was average at Indiana. He had great receivers. Let me repeat, great receivers at Washington. They had Polk, McMillan, Adunze, Denzel, Boston. Their team was elite at Washington receiver. Elite. Kalen DeBoer is their coach, the new Alabama coach. So they know what he was doing. They played to his strengths, right? His strengths is go routes and out routes toward inside, not inside the seam. Any seam route or post, he is shit at throwing. Awful. That's why Drake London right now and Kyle Pitts are only running routes that go to the boundary, because he cannot throw down the middle because he gets picked off too much. He's inaccurate. I don't understand. I'll never have a quarterback that wears a do-rag 24/7. You could wear a do-rag. That is fine. Do not wear it 24/7. You are not my leader if that is what it is. You're going to call it racist. I just call it realism. That's what I want. It's my opinion. I don't want that. Okay? Michael Penix should not be an Atlanta Falcons quarterback. You're going to get rid of him after 2 years. This is the best time for Atlanta to be good. Carolina's trash. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the only good team in that division, and New Orleans Saints are god-awful. So this is the time to capitalize. That's 4 free wins for you there between the Panthers and the Saints. But wait, you guys lost 30-0 to the Panthers. So how are you going to say this guy is the answer? Wow, I went fucking off right there, huh? 6, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, it's time to get rid of Kyler Murray, right? I like Kyler Murray, right? I like him because he like scutters. He's like a cute kid, right? He like scutters around the field. It's cute. But I'm trying to win championships. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm trying to win championships, run the ball down their throat with my running back, play action, find Marvin Harrison, who's playing a little bit better now. Find these guys, Wilson from Stanford, wherever he's from. Find him. Find Trey McBride. You want to get these guys involved. But Kyler Murray, he just scutters. He just like scutter, tip-tap, tip-tap, tip-tap. You don't want that. How many quarterbacks have won that's 5'4"? Let me check. How many quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl under 6 feet tall? I think Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is one quarterback that's won it, and he won it because of his defense was elite that year. Remember, they won like 40 to something, the 13 or whatever it was versus the Peyton Manning team, the Broncos. So Russell Wilson is the only exception. Do you want your quarterback to be Russell Wilson? Wait, hold on. Russell Wilson was great at Seattle. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. He was a game manager with a great defense and a good running back, a really good running back, and a great running back. That's why they were good. They ran the ball 400 times. He played action of Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse. Great. Good job, man. Next, we have, Kyler Murray. You cannot have Kyler Murray be your quarterback. You want to win championships. It's not to win games and look cool and go play Call of Duty afterwards. It's to win championship and be the best player you can for your team. He cannot do that. They just lost to the Tennessee Titans. He fumbled the ball off his face mask. I know you can say it's the center's fault, but catch the ball. Maybe his hands are too small. Do you really want that? Do you really want what you're paying tickets for? I'm going to pay ticket. I'm going to pay money that I work. My 9-to-5 ass works every single day. You want me to pay to watch a 5'11" guy scutter? This guy's like a freaking mouse just scuttering everywhere. You want to see that little chipmunk doing that? Fuck no, you don't want to see that. That's garbage. You want to watch a 6'4" stallion just freaking sling that rock, and freaking point out who's the mic and be legit and look the part. Not this guy who's freaking just scutters, right? Come on. Golly. 5. Who's my 5th one? CJ Stroud. Again, dumb as rocks. You can't have a quarterback that is dumb as rocks. I know he's 6'5" or whatever he is. He's dumb as rocks. You're not going to win with CJ Stroud. He is just stupid. You know that he had the lowest test score in NFL history, and his rebuttal for why he had low test scores is, I'm a football player, not a test taker. What does that even mean? How are you going to analyze anything in life in general? How are you going to analyze anything in life on the football field if you're that stupid? This is borderline retardation. Like, that's what CJ Stroud is. He's a moron. He tried to help Caleb Williams say, you're going to be good in this league when he's only 2 months older than Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is far more superior talent and a better player than CJ Stroud. I know you guys are going to think it's crazy, but you need to watch the tape. Caleb Williams is way better than CJ Stroud. And CJ Stroud makes a mockery of himself. He didn't give Cam Ward advice this time when they played him. CJ Stroud takes 17-yard sacks every single drive, damn near, right? Every time they play a good team, he takes a big sack. They cannot beat a good team. Why? Because their quarterback is inept of reading a defense. He's terrible. He holds the ball. He gets fooled a lot. You can't be good if you're just that stupid. You know, it's like Lenny of Mice and Men. That's what CJ Stroud is. Oh, who ate my birthday cake? I ate the birthday cake. It's my birthday. That's what CJ Stroud reminds me of, something like that. Little stupid, a lot of stupid, right? So number 4, and you can't win with that. You can't win with that. At number 4, we have the Rattler and Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough is 25 years old, right? If he's not ready at 25 years old, when is he going to be ready to be the starting quarterback? 45? 45 years old? What is he doing that makes him, let me change, boom. What is he doing that makes him not starting? Spencer Rattler's not it. We saw it last year. He's not it. We're seeing it this year. He has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Great. But they're also just throwing screen passes, and that's it. And to Juwan Johnson on freaking spider 2 wide banana routes. That's all they're throwing. If you watch any Saints game, they're babying him. Why are you babying him? He's a millionaire. He's getting paid millions. Stop babying these guys. Why are you doing that? Don't invest in Spencer Rattler, who nobody liked at Oklahoma. Goes to South Carolina, and nobody respected at South Carolina. And then you get Tyler Shough, who was from Oregon, that no one gave a shit at Oregon. Everybody hated him. He was booed at Eugene. Terrible. Then he goes to Texas Tech and was half decent. And then he goes to Louisville, where he actually played pretty well. But he was 24 years old or 25 years old going against 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids. Thirsty. He had 3 COVID years, and he's not ready now to play in the NFL. Is Tom Benson alive? Let me check if Tom Benson alive. Is he still kicking? He died like 6 years ago. Shit. Who's the owner of the Saints? Saints owner. Gail Benson. His beautiful, beautiful wife. Gail Benson, right? Yeah, Gail Benson. You need to get rid of Tyler Shough. You need to get rid of Rattler. It's over. Save 3 years of your franchises. New Orleans Saints fans, please do not buy tickets to watch this. Caesars Superdome should never be sold out unless it's an SEC championship game or a national championship game, right? Because this is borderline dumb. You should not have Spencer Rattler and Shough leading your franchises ever. There should never be on Wikipedia when I search their history a Shough Rattler era. That should never happen. That should never ever ever happen. You guys already suffered the Derek Carr era where he was been mediocre at the Raiders, had one good year, and everybody thought he was amazing when he had one good year, and then he goes to the Saints, gets injured every damn drive, and plays like shit, and they lose every time, right? You don't want to deal with these two again. Fair? Please, just listen to me, man. I know what I'm talking about. Golly. Brock Purdy's next. Brock Purdy is terrible. You have to understand, Brock Purdy is really bad. He lost to the Chiefs. You could say it's Kyle Shanahan's fault. I agree. Kyle Shanahan, under pressure, is a really, really, really bad play caller and a really, really bad game manager. But Brock Purdy who's a game manager, right? That's basically what he is. He's a game manager. Hand the ball off to McCaffrey. Hand the ball off to McCaffrey. Scramble a little bit to buy some time. You have Brandon Ayuk. You had Deebo Samuel. You had George Kittle. You had Jawan Jennings. You had all these guys, right? You just need to give them the ball and share the love. You need us to be accurate. He has no arm talent. His arm is not strong enough. Now you have Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is 10th in QBR right now, and balling out of control, 300 yards passing. That's who you need as your quarterback, but you're not going to do that, obviously, because Brock Purdy just got signed an extension. And again, Kyle Shanahan could teach a monkey how to play quarterback. That's literally what it is. He could teach a moron. He could teach CJ Stroud to be half decent what Brock Purdy is. That's literally what Kyle Shanahan's good at. He got Nick Mullins to win games in the NFL. He got Beathard to win games from Iowa in the NFL. That's how good Kyle Shanahan is as a quarterback whisperer, right? He wanted Kirk Cousins in Washington. He didn't want RG3. He said, miss me with that bullshit. Dan Snyder got RG3 for him, and he made the offense around RG3 and made that offense well. They got 10-plus wins, I think, and then they went to the playoffs and lost to Seattle, right? Yeah, I think so. So, again, Kyle Shanahan is that good. Do not spend money on Brock Purdy. You need to find somebody ASAP to take Brock Purdy's contract. I'm thinking maybe the Vikings, because they're going to get rid of JJ McCarthy, or maybe you even just trade him in division and say, fuck it. Like Joe Flacco to the Bengals from the Browns, you go, hey, Arizona, get rid of Kyler Murray, take Brock Purdy. You want Brock Purdy so bad? Take him. But obviously Brock Purdy's way worse than Kyler Murray. That's just a fact, right? 5 years, $265 million, $181 million guaranteed. That's embarrassing by the 49ers to even think about doing that. Mac Jones, a much better player, way better, more accurate, way better at reading defenses. He's just that good of a player, Mac Jones, and people shit on him for no reason, and he deserves to be starting right now. And Brock Purdy deserves to be riding the pine. He's just not that good of a quarterback in the NFL to be starting on a great team like he did for the 49ers the past 3 years, when he missed his chance at the Super Bowl, when he played like shit in the Super Bowl, had a wide open, I think it was Brandon Ayuk on the backside, but throws it to Jawan Jennings on a slant and missed him and made him kick a field goal instead of running the clock out and then kicking a field goal to win the game and maybe save Jake Moody's career, right? He's just costing bread for everybody. Brock Purdy, this guy. Tua, number two. Number two is Tua. Tua is an interesting case because he has a severe CTE, right? Or if you watch Chad Powers, the CD, he has the CD, and he has no arm. He's not good enough. He's very intelligent, though. That's the thing. He's very intelligent. He knows how to read a defense. Thirsty, guys. Screaming. He knows how to read a defense, right? He knows how to read a defense. He played well. He came in the championship game versus Georgia, the national championship game, and they benched Jalen Hurts to have Tua start, and Tua led them to win the game. Tua is a good player, but he needs to let go from the Miami Dolphins. It's not working. That nerd, that geek, that loser, Mike McDaniel, needs to be fired. He needs to be gone. I don't know how he still has a job there. He's awful. He's awful. You guys are going to blame the owners. I already know. It doesn't matter. He's awful. If you blame the owners so much and you care so much about the ownership, don't be a fan of them. Just don't watch. What? Fans are also stupid. You guys watching this, if you're a fan of a team that you hate your owner, you are stupid. Why? That's like me going to, when I was in grade school and hanging around a kid that I don't like. Why would I want to hang out with him? Why? Oh, we have the same interests, but I don't like him. All right, whatever. Fuck him. I don't like him. Why do you hang out? Why do you want to be a Dolphins fan so bad? Why do you want to be a Carolina Panther fan so bad? Why do you want to be that? It makes no sense to me. So Tua, he needs a change of scenery. It's not going to work here in Miami. I think Miami's cooked. It's over. I think the Tua project, it's done. I just don't think people respect him enough in that locker room. I know people maybe like him and he's a nice guy, but I don't care if he's a nice guy. I want my quarterback to be a killer like Tom Brady, like Peyton Manning, like a killer, someone that wants to die for the team. I mean, I guess he possibly almost died for the team too, but in different ways, almost died for the team, right? In different ways, not putting your brain on the line, different ways. Be a winner like Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he wants to win so bad, and you feel it. You feel the energy of him wanting to win. You need somebody like that. And Tua is not that. He needs a change of scenery. I think I think he can still start in the NFL. I think his arm is shot, but I think he's accurate and I think he's smart. But I think that Miami is not the perfect fit for him right now. Even if they change owners, they change culture, they change whatever, Miami's not the place. He needs to go to somewhere else next year. Maybe the Raiders, maybe the Jets, somewhere completely different where he can just start over and start fresh, right? That's fair to say. Next is obvious. It's Bryce Young. You know, I had a story. If you want to check out my most popular, my biggest video on here, 8,000 views almost. If you want to check out my video, Bryce Young, I played basketball against Bryce Young, right? I talked about it in that video. Bryce Young came into the gym and we had an adult league basketball game, right? I play an adult league basketball at Lifetime Fitness, and I have a couple known figures on my team in the sports world that play with me. And I see Bryce Young walking in, but I didn't know it was Bryce Young, right? I just thought it was some random coming in. And I just thought, but I was like, who is this guy? Because you have to understand, Lifetime Fitness is a community. It's $300 a pop, a membership. So you kind of know who's there and who's not there, right? It's a secluded membership, a secluded gym where like only people that can really afford to go there. Okay. And that's not bragging. That's not bragging or anything. It's just the truth, right? It's just the hardcore truth. And Bryce Young walks in. So I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Because you don't see first is you don't see new people come in and join, especially in a basketball league randomly, right? And I saw Bryce Young come in, and then my friend was like, that's Bryce Young. And I was like, Bryce Young, the quarterback? And he goes, yeah, that's Bryce Young. And I'm like, he's so small. I thought he was like a Verizon worker. I thought like this guy, like he came in with a collared shirt. Collared shirt, backpack, like tight backpack, like in school days. And then I'm like, oh, this guy just got off his shift at Verizon or something. No, it was Bryce Young. And it was crazy to see. So whatever of it, right? It doesn't matter if he thought he worked at Verizon. It doesn't really matter where you work. I just thought he worked at Verizon, just like the way he looked. Then we started our game, right? And then obviously I don't say anything to him because I don't know him. He doesn't know me. So why would I say anything? But he's guarding me on defense, and I hit a three in his face, right? And I did like a little one of these, like one of the bow and arrows, and I hit it, and he was like, "Oh, nice shot, man." And I immediately said, "Gay." I was like, "Gay, get him out of here. This guy's not a winner." What the fuck did he just tell me? He just told me that good shot, man. Who the fuck do you think you are saying good shot, man, to me? Don't say that to me. I want you to be a killer. I played basketball because you have to understand, I live in Southern California. So the Los Angeles Chargers players play where I play at. And Derwin James guarded me. I hit a three in Derwin James. I did the same exact thing. Sally or whatever said he was in shit. Like, fuck him, whatever I said, right? And he picked me up 94 feet for literally the next 10 minutes of our game. Call me a bitch ass N-word, whatever he was telling me. That's what I want. That's a leader. That's a man of vision right there. Call me a bitch ass N-word. That's a man of vision. That's what I want to see. Not some guy saying, good shot, man. You don't want someone like that leading your team, getting paid $40 million, leading a franchise of two states actually in Carolina, North and South Carolina. You want that guy leading your franchise? You want him leading your team to success, to a Super Bowl? You want to pay tickets that you just worked hard for in construction and farming in Carolina? Do they farm in Carolina? You want to do all that for a guy that says good shot, man, in a men's league game in Southern California to some random? You want a guy like that? Crazy. You do not want somebody like that to play as your quarterback. And Bryce Young scammed the entire league. His agent deserves at least $30 million of that $38 million he got because he scammed the entire league. They somehow proved to everybody that even though he was good at Alabama, even though Alabama lost to Tennessee for the first time in quite many years, that Bryce Young was it. Bryce Young was the man. That's what they tried to prove. And that was a problem. That was a problem because now Frank Reich got fired. Canales is losing his hair. He's over here starting Andy Dalton last year in between starts for Bryce Young. Bryce Young now is back as a starting quarterback, and he played well against who did he play against? The Dolphins. But who cares? The Dolphins suck. They suck. Who cares? You need quarterbacks to be leaders, not say good shot man, right? And Bryce Young, it's pussy shit. It's just pussy shit. You want a guy like that? No, Carolina needs to get rid of him. It's time to go. It's time to go. You need a real quarterback. Get Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the thing. If you're a quarterback and you're 5'11 and short and small, you have no confidence. I promise you. I'm 5'11 and I barely have confidence. These guys have no confidence if they're going against 6'3", 6'4 guys. I promise you. I promise you. But anyways, thank you for enjoying my video. If you guys comment and hate on there, I'm just start calling you my fans. All right. I have 180 subscribers or something like that. 170. I might be rounding up. I'm going to call you my fans. I don't care. I don't care. Don't like my stuff. I don't care. You're my fan. Don't be a fanboy in there. Thank you guys. Hope you like, subscribe. Appreciate it.